Good afternoon, everybody. This is Candice Dupree speaking. I'm from Interactive Solutions. We are the exclusive distributor for Clevertouch. And this afternoon, I really wanted to just take you through a couple questions that I've had some teachers ask me. And the way I'm going to answer these today is first in Lynx Whiteboard. And then there will be a separate video answering these questions using our legacy whiteboard on the Clevertouch itself. Now, Lynx Whiteboard, for those that weren't sure or aren't sure, is Clevertouch's proprietary lesson delivery software that is available free of charge when you become a Clevertouch customer. So even if you don't have a Clevertouch, but your school, you don't have a Clevertouch in your classroom, but your school is a Clevertouch customer in the sense you've got one or two or a few around the school, you are still more than welcome to download it. We will create an organization for the school and you can then download Lynx Whiteboard. Now, to get started, you will need to create an account. So where you create your account is you will simply sign in and you will use your Microsoft or Google details. Now, to download Lynx, you will go to lynxcloud.app, or you can download it from any of your stores, whether it be Windows, Android, or so your Google Play Store or your Apple Store. You can then download Lynx Whiteboard onto your laptop, cell phone, tablet, and of course it comes standard on your Clevertouch. Now, I've been asked a couple questions, so I'm going to just delve straight into those questions. Right. The first question, how do I know how to use the pens properly, change thickness, color? Right. So what we're going to do in here today is that's the first thing. So in Lynx, obviously again, Clevertouch, you have your legacy whiteboard and you have your annotation tools. I will do a separate video on that. But in Lynx, you have your pens right here. So to demonstrate the pens, what I'm first going to do is go and bring in my background. So I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to go to, let me do this again. I'll go to my page view. I'll go to Edit Background. I will go and bring in my background. So from here, I want to bring in my lines. I'm a bit blind, so I'm going to make them a bit bigger. Right, there we go. Now I'm just going to go and exit my background. Right, now I can really show you the pens properly. So I'm going to go and select my pens. So here we go. Right, so from here, I've obviously got a basic fine tip pen selected. Okay, so what I can do is if I decide I want something different, from here I can go and select my inking pen, my fine tip, my highlighter, or even my rainbow. Okay, but for the purpose of today, I'm going to go fine tip. I will make it thick. I will change my color. So let's do purple. Okay, right. I'm quite happy with that. If you've got specific Pantones, of course, you can also change that there. Right, and now with my pen selected, I can simply now write on my screen. Right, so I can then go and write on my Clevertouch, because obviously you've brought in your lines. You can have the children come up and write as well. So that's as easy it is to then go and change that. If you want to change your pens again, simply click. Let's go and choose our rainbow, right? But I want my rainbow to be quite thin. So let's go and choose that one, right? If we're happy with that, let's go. There we go. So now my rainbow. So as soon as I lift my pen, the rainbow changes. Okay. So that's as easy it is to choose or use your different pens within Lynx Whiteboard. Okay. Next, how do things get saved while you are busy? Now, unfortunately, with Lynx Whiteboard, you need to keep saving. It doesn't have the same features as your Microsoft documents. Of course, if you are working in Microsoft within your cloud on your board, it will save automatically because you're working within Microsoft. But if you're working within Lynx, unfortunately, it is not going to sync. It just doesn't have that feature yet. So what you will do is you will go to your hamburger menu. You will go Save As. And then, of course, you can link all your cloud drives. So you can either go save it into the cloud or save it onto your device. Or if you had a memory stick, you could then go and put it into your memory stick as well. And you could then save. Okay. So unfortunately, you are going to have to save the whole time. Just get into a habit. Every time you do something, just quickly click save. The other thing you can also do is when you are done, you have the ability to print, or I can simply go and share, bring up a QR code, scan the document, and I'll have then the presentation, notes, whatever it is, lesson on my device, and I can then WhatsApp or email it out. Okay. How can the save file be interactive? Well, I think it depends what file you're talking about. So again, if we're talking about links, I'm going to give you an example here. So you will see in my dashboard, I have a number of open lessons or lessons I've already created. So I'm just going to take something as simple as a weather chart, which if it's foundation phase, this is a must. Right, so what you're going to do is, I've now gone and created this, so I'm going to go into my dashboard, not my dashboard, my presenter mode. And this is something that I have used a couple tools on. And again, I will take you through this shortly. But here you can see you can have the children come to the front and simply drag and drop. So today is Wednesday. It is the 5th. That's 5th. And I can just drag that across. And now we are in February. And I'm not sure where you're sitting in the world, but today it is very hot from Cape Town side. Right. So there we go. So now I can go and put that in there. So within Lynx, you are able to create your own interactive lessons. At the same time, I can also go and bring in existing lessons. So again, if I just go into my links, and I go to my insert, I go to content, I go to my offline content, you will see I can see here all the stuff on my laptop. So I'm just going to go into documents quickly. I'm going to go into, of course, you need to remember what you call everything here. Just quickly go into Clevertouch, into my demo files. Right, let's go into grade 1 and 2, and we're going to let's bring across our money. Right, so there we go. I just drag and drop my PDF in. Okay, so now obviously this is a static PDF, but what I can do now is, again, like we did earlier, bring up my pen, have my children come. So here we go, come up to the front, and now all of a sudden we've got an interactive lesson. What I can also do is go and add to this. So let's go to our content, let's go into online, and let's go have a look for, let's see if that comes up. Right, so here we've got a picture. So here we go. So now I can bring up a picture of the money as well. Right. Okay, probably, there we go. Now I can bring up the money. But what I can do is maybe you want to turn this into a maths lesson. So what we can do here now is I can go and bring up my bucket, right? And I can quickly say, right, I just want to grab, let's just go and grab the 5 Rand. Okay, so there's my 5 Rand. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to replicate this. So on my 3 little dots, I'm going to say this needs to be replicatable. So now when I go into presenter mode, I can now ask Little Pitty to please come to the front, and I want him to count out 10 Rand. So what he will do now is come to the front, and again, using your finger or your pen, can now count out your 10 Rand. Okay. Then what we can also do, I just see now I've got the white background. So what you can do is you can actually go and remove your background. So what that means is when we now present, let me just go back to my presenter mode. We now move it. I don't have that white block around it anymore. There we go. So that's how you can create very simple interactive lessons. Just to give you another example, just quickly, story time. There's always a need for stories. So, oops, sorry. So let me quickly go and stop presenting. Right, add a quick page. So if I go in here, I go add a new page. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go add content. I'm still in my online content, so I'm just going to go choose Giphy. And what we can do here, let's go look at, right, Let's just see what we can find here. Okay, let's just see what we can find. The one I normally show is the Gruffalo, but I see things have changed slightly. So now I'm just trying to find. Okay, let's stick to this. I will. Let's see what this one is. Okay. Sorry guys, it might take you a few minutes just to find the right picture. Okay, let's just go with this. Not quite. No, let's delete that one. Let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. Okay. So what you're able to do here is obviously I've brought in a Giphy. So just make it the length. Okay. So now I've brought in a Giphy here. And now what you're able to do as well is that's obviously created now this sort of interactive background. Not quite what I was looking for, but we'll go with it. Then what you'll do is you'll also go back to your content. We're going to quickly go into Bing. Okay, see it's a dog. Let's just go with a dog. Okay. So let's have a look here. Let's see here which one we're going to go for. So let's try this one. I'm just going to see if this one's going to work quickly. Not quite. Okay, here we go. That's a bit better. Okay, so we're going to go for... here we go. There we go. Let's go for this one. Okay. So now we've brought the dog into the picture. We're going to go into our little icon here and we're going to just say remove background. Okay. So now we've got the remove background there. We should see if I can just cut this out a bit more. Okay. Oops, sorry. Right. So now you've got this little dog. Okay. Not the best removing of background, but it just will take some playing around with. Okay. Right. So now you've got this. So now again, what you can do is you can either go replicate it like we did with the money, or you can say editable while presenting. Okay, and now what you can do is if I go into my presenter mode, what that means is I can now come up to the board and I can actually move my little dog to tell the story. Okay, so that's how you can obviously create interactive lessons. Right, so next question that was on the list. Okay, how can Clevertouch convert my finger writing into neat text? Okay, so while I have said that everything that I've shown you is included. There's no subscription on these. That is true, but Clevertouch also has a pro version. So there are a couple features in the pro version. So should you want to get the pro license, that's on an individual basis, and you will see when you sign into your Lynx Whiteboard account, it will ask if you want to upgrade. Okay. You can upgrade at any time or you don't have to. All the features I've shown you here, everything I used to create this weather chart, I used the free services. Okay. But now the one thing is the text feature. So if I go into, my pens, I will then go and actually choose the text pen. Okay. And in here, then I can now go and write. Okay. And it will then convert. Now, depending on which model Clevertouch screen you have, Google actually has a keyboard now that does exactly the same. So there are ways around this as well. So you don't have to get the pro license. There are other features available, free features to change your text on the screen. And like I said, specifically the Google keyboard. So I will create another session just for that. But for those that would like the pro license, so the pro license, like I said, there are a couple features, especially around AI integration that you can then use in that. But that's then where you would find your text and shapes, okay, and even your math tools. You'll see it does say pro. Okay, the next question was how do I import pictures? Right, so I think from pictures point of view, obviously I've already shown that, but I will go into it again. So let me just go get in. So from a Clevertouch point of view, you obviously need to bring in, if you want your own pictures, make sure you've saved it on your device, or you can go to the internet. So let's do this. What I would do is go to my insert button, go to my content, and then you will go to online, or you can go to offline, right? But online, I then got a couple of options here. So I can go to Bing, and I can say, let's go look for a lion. Okay, and now I can bring in my lion, for example. I can make him full screen, or do whatever I want. Again, you've got options to remove the background. If I didn't like that, I can replace the image. You will see upscaling. You can is a pro feature, but again, if you've got Canva for education, that's one of the features in Canva as well. Okay, so it's easy to now bring in pictures. I can simply go and create, let's go carnivore and herbivore. So there we go. Let's go a lion and a zebra. Right, let's go. Oh, that's an interesting one. Wow. Okay, I think I've come up with a new animal. Let's go lion and zebra. Here we go. So if I want, so let's go bring a zebra in. Okay, so now we're quickly going to do a lesson on herbivores and carnivores. So we've got the two categories. I quickly want to type, so I bring up my text typing tool. Obviously, you can also preset this, okay? So for those that are very need for special phonics, you can obviously go and preset this. Right, I'm just going to do that. Just click on your screen, and you can now type. So carnivore, right? If I wanted this bigger, you can drag or drop. I can go and change my colors. So let's go make this, or let's go make that red. I can then go and make it again, change my font, all of that, right? So bold it. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put that up there. I'm just going to control copy it. Okay, I'm going to go put that there. Just double tap and I can go change it. Okay, let's change it to herbivore. And now I want to change the color. So I'm going to change the color to that. There we go. Now what I want to do is I just want to group them. So you simply drag and drop. And then you will see it highlights it. I'm going to go group that item. Right, go and there, go and group that item. Right, so now I have my two sections. Now what I can go and do is I can go and bring in some images. So let's go to content again. Let's go Impala. Oh, not quite what I was thinking. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So this won't be South African, but just for the sake of today, let me just go. Okay. So right, let's just bring in this back. Okay. So now I'm going to go again, make it white background. So select that, remove my background. But what I want to do is actually change my page's background. So I'm going to go and say edit background. I'm going to go make this a blue for now. Okay, let's exit background. Right. So now I'm going to go put him here and I want him to be editable. Right, there we go. And then let's go find leopard. Okay, let's bring in the leopard. Right, again, let's go and remove the background. Okay, and now we're also going to make him editable. Okay, So, and of course you can carry on and put all your animals at the bottom. And then what we can do is go in here and we can say start presenting. Now get the little ones to come to the front and simply drag and drop into the area that they belong. Okay, so that's how you can bring in images, how you can create interactive lessons, how you can find your text, change your text. Let's just see what the last question was. Okay, so that's, and is there a quicker way to clear the screen? Okay, so again, I will show you on the Clevertouch itself, but also within Lynx. So remember, you can open Lynx on your board. And remember, because I'm signed in, whatever I'm signed into on my laptop, I will have access to my board. Again, just make sure you are signed in. Okay, so now clearing. So let's go do this. Let me go here. Let me see where I have. So if I select there and I select my pages, I can view my pages. So let's go here quickly. Let me just write a few more things. Okay, so there's a couple things here. Oh, sorry, I've got the wrong pen selected. So let's just stick to my normal one. Okay, so now to erase, I can obviously, on my Clevertouch, use my hand to erase, right? Or if I didn't want that, in Lynx, simply select the eraser, right? And you can erase parts of it. Or what I can do is select it, drag and drop, select my little buttons and delete. Okay. Now there are other options in the whiteboard as well, which I will show you. Okay, so I hope that answers some of your questions. Again, if there are any further questions, please feel free to reach out at any stage.